money keep pumping into this market. And that is why when our coach looked at these things, he decided to give us different projects that have the capacity to change our life. If you're on this training tonight, you're one of the luckiest. Why? Because you have the privilege of listening to us, hearing from us, even without paying a dime for it. And I can assure you that in this kind of trainings, there are values being given that a lot of people in our community have used this same value to make massive progress for themselves. Massive progress for themselves. In fact, some can never be broke again as a result of the information that has come across to us time without number. And more research is undergoing every blessed day, looking out for better opportunity that can help everybody here. But if you don't know the value of a thing, you will definitely abuse it. That's why sometimes when I see people make some kind of comment on online space, I say these are people who have given up in life already. And when they hear some stories of people winning once again, their spirit seems to waken up. But for me, I believe consistency is everything. When you keep hearing it once again, when you keep understanding it once again, that has a way of putting you on the right track. And that is exactly why we are shaping your focus in this particular environment. Why? Because we always want you to benefit in this particular space in general. So when you see this kind of liquidity involved in a business that you are doing, you will know that it is possible for you to make money. Imagine $144 billion in crypto space under 24 hours. Tomorrow, you will still see another liquidity will still be there. Even it may be much more than this. But what that simply shows is that there is progress in this particular market space and anybody can make massive progress. Now, I'm going to show you something. When you look at this particular place shining red, we call it the bear phase of the market. Now, there is what we call temporary bear phase, and there is what we call long-term bear phase. There is what we call temporary bull market, and there is what we call long-term bull market. And that long-term bull market is when you have a space of a month. If you check the monthly candle, you will see that the monthly candle is entirely bullish, even though within that particular time, there is still retracement and all this. And the same thing applies to the bearish phase as well. I'm going to help you understand something tonight. You see, because of these phases that we have in this particular space, most people see red sign or maybe minus as a kind of a point of no hope. Pay attention. But to some who are informed about this particular space, understand that a place shining red could be the highest opportunity to make money. And that is why some time ago, when we were talking about the bullish market, the bullish phase of the market, we always talk about buying the dip. But I want to tell you how you can actually change your mind in this particular environment and still stay on money. Now, if I go back to this place, just look at this. If I click on this profit, you will see that this account has turned out to be up to over $114,000. This is account that about a few days ago was around $110,000 or thereabout. All of a sudden, it jumped from $110,000 to $114,000. Please, if you calculate this money, no matter the country you're operating from, I can assure you that this is not a small money. Where was it gotten? From crypto market, under the watch of everyone who is under the sound of my voice today, except if today and right now is the first time you are participating in a training like this. But what I'm trying to show you here is this. Look at this. So we call the bear market the short moment, the short trades. why we call the bullish market the long trades. So when you look at today, you can see the place I showed you. This place, look at this. The face of these coins, mostly they are all shining red, and some minus 6%, some minus 3%, some minus 5%, some minus 4%, some minus 50 something percent, and others. And if I scroll down and down, you will still see red, 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 red. But look at this. Look at what happened. In that red zone called the short trade, this account did $1,732 today. Can you imagine? $1,732. And on long trade, it did 178, meaning that the profit that I had today, measure of the profit, which the total here is about $1,910, came as a result of the bear market. Are you understanding anything here? So what that means is that you just have to understand how to take advantage of the market space. And that is why I told us that despite what is going on in the market, or whatever that you think that is going on in the market, I can assure you that there is no bad time in the market and there is no good time in the market. The market is there, flowing like a river 247. Whether you say you cannot trade, or you don't want to trade, or you cannot trade, or you're not going to trade, the market does not care about you. The market flows, and it flows for those who care about the market. And that is why when we realize these things, we say, well, the only way people can stay on track and keep making progress in this particular space is when they start to understand the character that surrounds this particular market. That is why a lot who have understood this are definitely doing excellently well. So when you look at this phase, you can see the same red signs gave me profit of about over $1,700 and something. Let me tell you, quote me anywhere, in any country you can think about, including US, to make $1,000 or almost $2,000 in a day is still a good money. It's still a very sound, is a good fortune. It doesn't matter the country you are listening to me from. It can pay a bill in any country of the world today. It can pay a bill, a very strong bill. To some, their house rent in a week is around $1,000, $1,200, and others. But with this robot, this particular profit is done under 24 hours, and we are not done yet for the day. $1,910. So you see, when we talk about crypto space or crypto market, it has a great promise. It has a great future. And all you need to do is to understand how it works and how you can benefit from it. When you look at this particular place that I am right now, you can discover that this is a robot. I have never been so passionate about any robot in my life more than this. In fact, to be honest with you, every other robot I have heard of, I only make research after I started using this robot, because I have not had any courage to use any robot in the past until I saw what our coach was doing with this robot. And I started to use it. So when they start to mention some robots, I start to go into them to understand what do they do? What is different with what we do? And I found out a lot of things. I found out that a lot of robots cannot even trade futures market. But this robot does it excellently well. So in case you may wish to know, this particular business model has to do with crypto market. But we are doing it in a more efficient way, in a more like 21st century way kind of doing things, which is AI fortified. So we use a robot like this robot to trade the crypto financial market. And we use it to make money, whether the market is going up or the market is going down. Meaning that this particular robot has the ability to trade the futures market in crypto space. And that is why on this profit phase, you can see long and you can see short, meaning that the robot can trade both the uptrend and also the downtrend. That is the beauty of this whole thing. So the question is this: if you want to make trading simple for yourself, what do you use? I recommend this robot for you. Why? It is the only robot that I have seen that gave someone like me, who had no prior experience on trading, a chance to be ranked among one of the strongest traders in crypto space in today in our country. I can tell you, I can barely count how many persons, even all these people that we are hearing their name. I saw kind of advert they do, and I see somebody talking about, I make $1,000 a month. I say, what is this guy talking about? Here we crush $4,000 a day, $5,000 a day. I have done $6,000 a day. It has happened with this robot. It has. And we do it without pressure. And that is because we use a robot that definitely works in the market space. That definitely work. All you need is just understand the way around it. So what do? All you need to do is to download the robot in your phone. Anybody can have it. When you look at our groups, you will see a link on how to register and download uTrading. Anybody can use it. You download the app, it will enter your phone. And once it enters your phone, you need to download an exchange of your choice. Why? Because in this robot, it is built on that decentralized nature kind of way of doing things in this particular blockchain area. And that is why you see Bitcoin is independent. It is not under the control of anybody. You cannot seize it like you can seize banks. That same thing you have the privilege of enjoying with this robot. Why? Because your money will not be in one place. So this is not a training where we invite people to come and contribute money for us. No, far be it. The profit that I'm showing to you, I made that profit from the market, and you see me trading every day, and the same thing is also available to you. My job is to teach you how to make better use of this robot to also make as much as you could ever dream of making. It is just that simple, just that way. So you see, so all you need is download an exchange of your choice. What is an exchange? An exchange is in this nature. What do you do in an exchange? Exchange in crypto space is a place where you can sell and buy crypto coins. So in these exchanges, you can see Bybit, you can see Binance, you can see BitGet, you can see OKX, you can see Bitmart, KuCoin, you can see MEX, you can see Get.io, you can see HTS Global, you can see Kraken Spot, you can see Kraken Futures, you can see Binance US, you can see Bitfinex, you can see BingX. Can you understand this? So with any of this exchange, you can use it to trade within the crypto market space. But more beautifully is that you can use this exchange, any of this exchange, to use this robot to trade in any of this exchange that you are seeing here. Meaning that as you are going to trade, your fund is going to be independent. Why? Because you put it in any exchange of your choice. All you need is just connect this robot with the trading authorities, and you are good to go. So if you look at this account, it's connected to Bybit. If I click on Bybit, It will bring me to this interface where it allows me to connect my robot to my exchange, neither the automated way. And if I click this authorization, it is meant to connect me automatically to my exchange. But if in case it didn't work, maybe based on the server on your side or whatever, the server issue or whatever, you can use normal. If I click on normal, it will bring me to this interface where it allows me to see the sign of wallet up here beside the delete icon. If I click on that, it will bring me to the interface where you will see tutorial, API tutorial. So you can, at your own time, quiet time, connect your API. Are you with me now? You can connect your API following the API tutorial. So all you needed to do is to authorize trading permissions. And you will see step by step on how to do that. And once you have done connecting your API, what is next? The next thing to do is to trade. So when you look at this particular place, I'm going to explain what I call 4 arms of this business. And I'm going to help you understand what I mean by 4 arms of this business, of this particular robot. The robot is dedicated to trade within the crypto market space. And because of that, it is powered by high efficiency AIs that have the ability through the algorithms. It has the ability to detect the market energy and give you profits in different directions according to the tools you choose to use. And these tools is what I classify as the 4 arms of this business, each of these tools. And number one arm of this business is called the automated plan. The automated plan. What does it mean? It means that under automated, you can trade crypto market, even on autopilot. So here you can see AI brain, and you can see core brain under the automated. Now we normally use core brain under the automated trading, because with our experiment, it has definitely produced more results because we are result oriented. We are here because we are making money. We are here because we are changing our lives. That is how it is. So for that reason, we are mindful of the results that we create. And in using co-brain under the automated, we have discovered that co-brain is actually an efficient way of trading under the AI automated trading. And the good part of it is that it can trade the spot market and it can trade the futures market. Now, how does the co-brain work? Now, pay attention. The co-brain is a situation where you don't know how to trade, you don't know how to set up the coins, you don't know how to set up the market, but you really want to make money. You really want to trade. You have your capital in your exchange, and you have connected the robot to this exchange, and you want to make money. All you need to do is to authorize the automated co-brain. So how does it work? If I click on the spot, it brings me to this place where it asks me whether if I would want to follow all coins, or I should make a choice of the kind of project I would want to trade. And I will say all coins, and I'll click next. So here it shows me different coins and its performance. But that one, I'll just click on next. And it brings me to this interface where it allows me to now select the robot capacity that I'm eligible to use. And when you look at this place, my robot capacity is TVIP4, meaning trading speed 4. This particular account. So, and it now said to me, I can trade that TVIP4, and the bot will activate for me 200 bots at maximum. And what this thing simply means is this. I'm not going to be the one to choose the coin. I'm not going to be the one to select anything. My own is that I'll come here. It's already on Smart Take Profit. It's on. And it says, do you want to follow stop loss? So you see how fortified this robot is. Meaning that if you want a robot to take measures by itself, all you need to do is to click on follow stop loss. Then it now says another thing, take profit. And when you look at this, it is also on AI smart setting. Are you seeing it? It's ticking good already. So now you see plan, take profit. And you can see take profit is at 63%. You can change it to 2%. You can change it to 4%. You can change it to 5%. And do you know the beautiful thing about this? Is that the core brain does not care about what is happening in the market. What it does is that it carefully helps you target some coins that have ability to go in a direction that can give you profit. And it will go that direction. And all you need, you can decide to plan your stop loss. Oh, I want if this coin goes this way, I want the robot to take measure. You can plan your stop loss. Are you seeing how simple it is? So whatever that you are going to alter in this particular place is no more than 3 things. If you choose like to do it, like to alter it, then you click on launch. And when you click on launch, the robot will enter the market and trade for you. Now, and it launches a trade for you according to what is going on in the market. That is the beauty. Once you are done, you hit on launch, and the robot will enter the market and trade for you. Now, when you look at this particular account, you can see the place shining green, and it says running. And at this point, you would also understand that here is profit history on this core brain. This core brain alone has done $63,972. Why? Because, and also $8,568. So if you plus it together, is over $70,000. Why is it like that? I have $114,000 in profit column, meaning that was when I use other robot as well to trade, because Cobra records its victory differently and records the total. So I have used other type of robots, which I'm going to explain to you, to make over $30,000 to $40,000 already from this place. Are you seeing how miraculous this robot is? So all you need is just to understand how to set it up, how to use the latest strategies, and we are good to go. Then if I click on this particular place called the synchro. Now, what is a synchro? A synchro is simply an idea that they developed in this robot. Since there are lead traders or there are people using this robot to perform magic, you can also copy their trade so that when they make money, you also will make money. That is the idea. And now you can copy our trade. You can copy the trades. Meaning that as we are making money, you will also make money as well. Why? Because the synchro trading picks up those trades automatically. And when the trade closes on profit, your own will close on profit as well. It is just very simple. But what I believe about this is this. They are simply trying as much as possible to make trading experience more easier than it has ever been. More easier than it has ever been. Then here you can see the third arm of the business called the signal. Signal is actually one of the things that has been around for years in trading environment. What is signal? For some of us who don't understand, a signal is simply an opportunity. Somebody who understands a trend or a particular coin gives you, so you can use that same trend and make money for yourself. Do you understand it now? That is what signal is all about. That is what signal is all about. So now this robot provides you with signals on spot and provides you with signals on long trades and provides also signals on short trade as well. And in all our strategies, we have a way you can trade signals and you make money as well. All you need is just to understand how we do it. And you'll be able to use it efficiently. Now, the fourth arm of the business is where we have multiple robots in one, and that is called the manual robot setups. And under these manuals, you're also given the privilege to use the one that is AI automated, AI fortified as well. And here you can see under the manual, which is the fourth arm of this particular robot, you can see the AI DCA Pro on spot. You can see AI DCA Pro on features. You can see martingale spot. You can see martingale features. You can see AI DCA spot. You can see AI DCA features. You can see AI grid on spot, and you can see AI dual grid on features. You can see also DCA spot, and you can see DCA features. And this is actually robots you can use to make progress. Now, can I shock you? About 40-something thousand out of this 100,000 was made from automated. Are you seeing it from all these robots here? So many of these robots. I've literally used all of them to trade and still using them. And we have wonderful strategies, including ones that we are developing very soon. Why? Because we keep evolving. We keep updating. Why? Because every day we discover something new about this robot. Now, the beautiful thing is this. If you notice, these particular developers of this robot actually updates this robot almost every 2 weeks, almost every week. Why? Giving you more better experience on what is going on in trading space, helping you to always stay on track and on profit. Now, this is a place where everybody is accommodated. How? If you look at this AI DCA Pro, you can trade it with as little as $30. With less than $100, you can trade this market. So it is not only for people who have big money. It is not only for people who have small money. If you have $500,000, $1 million, you can trade with this robot. It is that way. Why? It accommodates everybody. So if you have a capital less than $100, we advise you trade on spot. You come to this place where you choose the coin that you would want to trade. Now I decided to select SRP. I'll click confirm, and it will bring me to this interface where it allows me to impute my parameters and also my take profit. Where is it that if this robot trade this particular coin and it reaches that particular point, the robot will take profit for me and drop it for me. That is exactly what is being asked here. So you just follow the guidelines and you click on launch, and your trade will trade for you. That's how to do it. Now you can also use what we call the AIDCA Pro on features, which on this part, it also allows you to choose a directional movement. And this is the most sweetest part for me in trading space. Ability to trade in different direction. Why? Because whatever goes up in this market comes down, and whatever comes down must go up. That is the law in this particular space. That is the law. So for that reason, when market is down, I can long it, meaning that I want to take profit when the market goes up. When the market is too up, I can short it, meaning that I want the robot to give me profit on these coins when the market price is coming down. Then, indicator direction, you can decide to hedge the market, meaning that you want to trade long and short, so that any which way the market goes, you have the ability to make money. Then you can also click what we call the indicator direction as well. The indicator direction is a situation where the robot chooses a particular direction for you. Do you see how it works? Do you see how it works? So you don't know what you're doing, the robot can pick a trend for you and give you profit at will. It is just that way. And once you are done with your setup, all you need is just click on launch, and the robot will enter the market and trade for you. Then you can also use martingale spot. You can also use martingale features. Now, to explain all of them in details to some of the newbies who this may be your first time, it might be somehow confusing. But we have strategies on this, on all the robots you can think of, that actually allows you to understand carefully on how we do these particular settings, how we use the magic strategies that's actually set things up for us. Are you seeing it? So you carefully understand it and you implement the same strategies and you start to make money. That is what we do here. That is what we do. So the question is this: how do you have access to this particular strategy? Now look at this. This particular place, this particular thing I'm going to talk about right now was the most important place for me I could find myself in this my life. You see, today I was just checking what has been happening in my life ever since I met this particular opportunity, and I was thinking about the day I met our coach, Boss Gideon. I didn't have money, but one thing I saw that I couldn't see myself missing was ability to rejoin this training. And the one thing that was required is that for me to continuously get the trainings, I must have to be in the inner groups or the 10K group. And that was how I started to make up plans. And I found myself in the inner group. You see, that same inner group led me to migrating to other groups and others and others. But I can tell you, I was just reflecting about myself, about everything that happened. And I saw that the only thing that shaped the journey for me was value of mentorship. You see, I value this mentorship so much that I soaked myself into it. Why? I needed to understand the strategies. I needed to understand how does he do it. That time, in a month, making over $10,000. Do you know what that means? This is today. It is no longer much a deal for us. How miraculous this whole thing has been. It is just that way. But what do you do? To anyone listening to the sound of my voice, this robot is very easy to use. But I can assure you, all you need is mentorship. Now, how do you access this particular mentorship? It is very simple. We don't charge money for the mentorship. All you need is to make sure you get into the inner group or to the 10K group, or to the end traders group, where you have access to information that will help you to unravel the mystery behind the simple robot that you are holding in your hand. That is just how it is. That is just how it is. So all you need to do is to gain access to the inner group. So you don't pay money to join the inner group. So how do you gain access there? It is very simple. All you need is just get your robot ready to trade. How do you get your robot ready to trade? There's what we call uGas. The uGas is simply a fuel the robot uses to launch any trade that you want to activate. I'm not the owner of the robot, neither the coach is the owner of the robot. We're all users of the robot, which helps us to trade the coins in this particular crypto space. And we make profit like every other person who might choose that, oh, I don't want to trade. I know everything about it. I'm trading in my exchange. We make profit like them and even more than them. We are all users of this robot. So here, the uGas is open for everybody. But we encourage. You can see the price of this uGas. You can see the one of $45. You can see the one of $95. You can see the one of $540. You can see the one of $17. You can see the one of $2,400. You can see the one of $3,750. You can see the one of $7,000. Now look at this. I'm going to explain what these things mean. When you look at this particular uGas of $45, for me, I encourage people, if you want to buy uGas, no matter how broke you are, don't go for that one. It is like as if you are just wasting your $45. Yes. Why? Because the robot comes with what we call TVIP, trading speed. And this trading speed also have effect on the capacity of coins you can trade. The number of coins your robot at this capacity can accommodate at the same time. That's at least, we encourage at least you are that broke. uGas is not for any individual. When you buy uGas, they will give you the amount of fuel that you bought. It's just like you buying a gas or a fuel for your car. Do you understand my point? That's how it is. So when you look at this, you can get the gas of $95. And when you get the gas of $95, you'll be at TVIP 1. And there you have access to inner group mentorship in our community. Why is that mentorship very important? Why are we focusing much more on that mentorship? Because you needed to understand what you are doing. And we train you for free. So now you can see, you can get the gas of 540. When you get the gas of 540, you're not going to be added to the inner group. You are going to be added in the 10K group. Now, what is 10K group? It's simply a group that was created as a result of the progress that our coach made at the initial time of this business. When he made over $10,000 in 30 days, in less than 30 days. So he formed that group where he have special strategies that could allow people to scale up in this particular space, making it possible that out of the abundance of money in this particular space, you can at least make at least $10,000 in the next 30 days. He created that particular group. But it is not because of the gas that the group was created. No, it is that the level of uGas that can even attempt such movement in the 30 days starts from at least 540 uGas. Everything we do is simple. Because me, I have any business with 540 uGas. For it as is people that is, let's say you are just getting started, you don't have enough. But for serious people like today, the list of my TVIP is this TVIP 4. The other account is TVIP 6. The other one is TVIP 2 account is TVIP 5. And this one is TVIP 4. And I have my purpose. I have my reason why I leave it at this point. Because the other one, there was a comment somebody made based on the result that the person saw on that particular account. And I said, no. I have to get another account so that people can relate with it. Yes. And that is why when sometimes we are training you like this, you see us making money on a live training. For you to understand that these things are not, it is not manipulated. No, it is live. We're on a live training right now. So that is why when you get the gas of 1,400, 1,540, you'll be added to this group where you have access to a higher strategy. Why? Because you have a higher capacity robot. Then if you get the 1,700, listen, you'll be added to the 10K group. You'll be added to the End Traders group. Now, what is End Traders group? End Traders group is simply a group that you have access to other side of this business that have the capacity to change things for you, even without you trading per se. On that part, you can also leverage on the aspect of way we make money in this particular robot. So you have access to 10K group and also access to End Traders group as well. Then you can decide to get the gas of 2,400. That is the capacity of this particular robot right now. And you'll be at TVIP4. And on that TVIP4, the capacity of your robot is quite different from the capacity. Even the core brain will tell you the difference. Then you can get access to, you can get the gas of 3,750, which gives you access to TVIP5. You can get the gas of 7,000, which gives you access to TVIP6. So you think, you know, it is not a joke. If I go back to this place, this home right now, right, you can see it here. This account here, this number one here is TVIP6. This second account here is this particular account that I'm using to trade. Is TVIP, because this thing is within some months, is TVIP4. The other account is TVIP5. Some account is TVIP4, TVIP3, TVIP6, TVIP5. You can see the TVIPs. That is how it is. Are you seeing it now? So you can see that people really understand the advantages of TVIP. So whenever we are talking about higher TVIP, you are not doing for me. It is just for you to position yourself and make the best out of this whole thing. Then, once you have gotten any of these uGas, all you need is just reach out to all our admins or to any of our admins, and they will add you to the group which you so desire. And you start from there to implement the strategies that is made available for you, and you'll be on your way for success. Then you can also use what we call the SVIP. Now, what is SVIP? SVIP is simply what gives you access to synchro trading. Without SVIP, you cannot copy any trade. So before you copy any trade, you needed to activate SVIP. And here you can see the SVIP1, you can see SVIP2, you can see SVIP3, SVIP4, SVIP5, SVIP6. Now, I want you to also understand something, that the level of the SVIP you have also amount to the level of the number of trades you can copy at the same time, apart from your capital. Are you with me now? So all you have to do is to activate your SVIP, and you can be able to copy trades, and you start to make progress, you start to make money. Then you can also take advantage of the promo, one singular promo. Now you can join the End Traders group directly. How do you join the End Traders group directly? You can join the End Traders group by simply taking advantage of the promo CVIP, which is the CVIP3, which instead of you getting CVIP3 with 1,700, you can do it with 1,400. It is just that simple. What is the End Traders group? End Traders group is simply a group where you unlock another aspect of this business that does not require you to trade before you make money. Hey. Sometimes when I remember how I was able to scale up to start, doing the things that I do today, I start to look back on some of the understanding I have about this whole thing. Why? Because we realized these things early. We realized it early. This account in particular is trading with SVIP6 and on TVIP4. All the TVIP on the highest, they are all part of our account. Why? Because we understand the capacity. So what do? You can improve your trading today by simply improving your TVIP level or your CVIP capacity. And I can assure you, you have maximum way of benefiting from this particular business to make massive progress from this. Are you with me? And that's how beautiful it is. So at this point, I'm going to invite back my coach. But before I invite back my coach to round up this particular training for us,
Chibike, round up the meeting. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much. Please, I would like to round up with this, an announcement that is very, very important. You see, when you come into our community, we want you to be safe. And that is why we always urge you to be alert. We don't message you first, and we cannot message you first. That is our philosophy. If you needed our help, if you needed our attention, all you need is to send any of the admin message. And now the admins will attend to you. But if in case anybody sent you a message saying, I'm Coach Gideon, I am Juliet, I am Amarachi, I am Chibike, I am this and that, block that person ASAP. Why am I sounding this way? So you don't say you didn't hear it. Why? Because there are imposters. And like I already told you, we can never ask you to give us access to your email code or to the code that is sent to your email. We can never do that. The only thing the admins will ask you of is just your user ID to be able to determine that you belong to our community. It's very, very important you understand this. Whatever you do here, stay safe. This is Christmas. People will be looking for who to dupe, who to do wayo and others. Stay safe. Whatever you don't understand, if you don't know how to buy uGas, reach out to admins. They will carefully guide you. These are the primary reason why they are involved in this business in the first place. They will guide you to avoid you losing money in the hands of people who are looking for who to lure. And I believe I sounded this particular announcement so well to your understanding. And all I urge you is to stay safe once again. What I want to hear is your testimonies, not your complaint. And with this, from me from here, I will say good night tonight. On our next training, on our next class, we're going to be attending to questions. And from here, I will bring in this meeting to a close. Thank you very much for coming around today, and I appreciate your presence.